Hello and welcome to tonight's racing action here for for Speed Force Racing. This is Gp2 and I am back, James or Cadwell. I am here back commentating with you for the season, and alongside me, as always, is you can beat me.
Hello James, welcome back after a break of 2 weeks. How have you been?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yep, all good.
That's good then. So yes, there may be some new names that I may have not heard before, or people change their PlayStation name, I mean, so you can keep me updated on that.
Yeah, sure. So Nova, as Nova, who's in the McLaren, is a full-time driver, started on pole in the Mexican Grand Prix, but unfortunately, due to a strategic error, that completely ruined his race. He had to retire in the pits. Route 22 Ding is a full-time driver as well, as far as I know. So is Tim Shepop in the Ferrari, who has retired. I'm not entirely sure if there was a quali ban for him, but he has retired in the pits, and he was one who was leading the race for quite a while and was one of the contenders to win the race last time around. So we have new drivers, but we have fast drivers as well.
Yeah, we do. So just to tell you, we'll go with the championship again because we always like to.
Yeah.
It is Omegs on 239, sorry. We then have second Nelly 192, and you're saying because of last couple of rounds where he's not done very well.
Yeah, so Nelly unfortunately has had 2 straight DNFs.
Oh yeah, he has, yeah, I can see that.
Gap after Japan, the race which he won was just 14 points, if I'm not wrong, in the championship to Omegs.
Yes.
But in these last 2 rounds, Omegs has gained 33 points on Nelly because Nelly has not managed to finish either of them. So he would be hoping for a very, very strong finish this time around.
And only
my calculations are... Yeah, go on.
Sorry, only 3 points behind him in third is Mackett now. So that's going to be interesting there. Fourth, of course, is Morris Pace, who can still technically get third, even get second in championship here he can. Then it's Mansell, X-Gamer, Nadeem, Cobalt, Cassidy, Magna, Luke, Calvin Rob, BP, Nova, MX Limitless. Then we have Tim, we have Swave, James, we then have in 19th we have James, we have Rue 22 Ding in 19th, and BRK, I'll call him, in 20th. And your constructors, very very quickly, still up for grabs in that as well. Haas on to 329 and Williams on 307. Third is McLaren on 267. 244 is Ferrari, then it's Renault, AlphaTauri, Red Bull, Alfa Romeo, Racing Point, and last but not least is Mercedes.
Yeah, pretty close in both the championships, or the Drivers' Championship. Omex has a very healthy lead of 47 points, and he just needs to finish 7th in this race to seal it this week. Otherwise, the championship fight will go on to the next week. Much closer in the constructors, just 22 points separate the top 2, and with both the cars running 2 drivers each, this could be a fight which might go on till the last races. We have another new driver, James, that's Racing Gupta. You can see him in the Williams, has set a time of 108.0 rather, and he might be on a race run right now. I'm not entirely sure, because he is doing consecutive laps on this set of tires. He's an Indian driver, that's why I know him, and he is quick as well, so we will keep an eye out on him. I think this is his debut in SFR.
It is indeed his debut for, I think it's Racing Up. So yeah, it is his debut. But yeah, Omegs just set us 17.281, so goes into P4 right now. Nova still leads your way. He does. Second is Nelly, and third is Nadeem at the moment, as I just changed my screen there, so you can still see there, it says at the bottom Nova, his fastest time at the bottom of your screen now for everyone who wanted to know what it was. There, Mackett's on a lap right now, so we'll go on board with him and have a look as he comes to the line now. He crosses and does a 17.118.
Mackett had a welcome podium last time around in Mexico after a few unfortunate races, and because of that podium, James, he is still in the running. I know it's a very very big lead which Omex has, but Mackett mathematically is still in the fight for the championship, just 50 points,
Yes.
and that's just about enough to keep him in the championship for this weekend at least. This
It
week at
is.
least.
It is indeed. He has to, I think, win both races and probably at the both fastest laps as well to crown him the champion.
Yeah, or hope that the other two drivers DNF and he
Yes.
wins those races. That is
Yes.
quite unlikely to see, but never say never until the checkered flag comes out.
Agreed. Never say never, as you said. Yeah, agreed. But yeah, so that's interesting there. And another interesting battle which is going on, which I know it's not for a championship like at the moment, but Morris Pace and Mackett as well having a nice scrap there for P3. 182 points, plays 189 as we say, so that is, as we just look here, 12 points and 6 points. They both got last time out respectively, did they? Let me just check. Yep, they did. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens in that little battle there. It will. Calvin Robbs is on an outlap right now as well, as you can see him now. But yeah, do you like this circuit?
Oh, absolutely. One of my favorite circuits on the calendar. It's a short track, but especially the Sector 2 is something which is really good, very good flow through those corners. Although I do hate the assist because I almost invalidate my lap every time I go through there. So I think one of the very, very hard turns 1 and 2 on the calendar. But otherwise, nice little circuit and promotes a lot of racing as well because it's not that difficult to follow around here. I know second sector has medium and high speed corners, but it is still easy, or rather relatively easy to overtake around here, which makes it an exciting track. And it's good that it's towards the end of the calendar because with the context of the championship, it could give us a lot of racing.
It could indeed, and I do like, as I say, this circuit is a really good circuit, and everybody knows that the last couple of corners in the Sector 2 is where sometimes the lap can be won and lost. It can as well. But here comes Rob then to the line. Is he going to pit? No, he's not. He's carries out. Let's see what this lap time is from Rob. Then it's a 7.785, goes second, and just to tell you how close he is to your leader right now, he's 1.5 tenths off your leader right now. 0.145, so nearly 1.5 tenths there off the leader. He is there of Nova at the moment. What would you think for Nelly then he would have to do then, because as you've seen he DNF'd in both of the last two races. Is that his championship over now then, technically?
Well, not on paper, but I'm not sure about his confidence going into this race. He is a very fast driver, we know that. He won in Singapore, but I'm not sure if he has that consistency, which Omex is super consistent. I was just looking at the races, the last 7 races, James. Omex has 1 win and 6 podiums. You compare that with Nelly, he also has a win and he has 3 podiums and 2 DNFs. So that just shows you from the business end of the season, that's how these drivers are performing. And Nelly definitely has the potential to win, so absolutely no doubt about that, but he has to ensure he starts in a very good position and not get caught up in incidents so as to have a chance at the championship. But he also has to wish some bad luck to Omex there, because Omex will be up there for sure. Right now he is in P8, but pretty sure he will improve by at least half a second, if not more.
Well, here he comes into the line, so let's have a look. P6.
Yeah, P6 for Omex, so he's getting closer to the time. Not sure if he's just warming up and then full good of hell of a lap, as Noah goes even faster with a 106.3. So the man who was on pole in Mexico is on provisional pole right now, and 4 tenths clear. That is a pretty big margin, won't you say, on such a short track, James?
It is, but it is indeed, and we can see now on board, looking at Nelly's lap behind now, he's got a little bit of traffic in front of him here of a Red Bull, but that gets straight out of the way, and he carries on his lap here. But yeah, it is a big get margin. I'm surprised with that margin, really. I thought it would be, I thought tonight it would be high 1.6s. I thought it would be. So I'm shot out there with saying that. I thought it'd be like in between, like 105s, like. Well, not 105s, 165 I would say was going to be my banker, but he's beaten that. But here comes Nelly then to the line.
Completing his lap, and did improve, but just by 300
Yeah.
does not improve his position.
Well,
And
the one
Morris
thing,
Pace,
sorry,
yeah, go on, go on.
very quickly said, the one thing Nelly's going to be happy about though is that Omega is not with him. Like, Omega is not at the top of the standings in the top like 4. He's down there in 8th.
Yeah, he is, and with I think at least one more run to go, let's see what Omex does in terms of his qualifying position. But let's see, this is going to be tough, incredibly tough here, because the consistency which Omex has shown, he can get podiums even while not starting in on pole or on the top in the front row. So here goes Nadeem, and Nadeem improves to P4. So Nadeem was our race winner last time around in Mexico. Started P2, finished P1, and Mansell was another race. He got a podium in Mexico after starting P8.
Indeed, and we are now looking on board with Mackett here. 500th slower than his quickest lap here. Mackett is, as he heads around the circuit. It's really interesting this is to see how the drivers actually cope around these circuits and actually do laps around here. With the kind of how they go near the curb, or how some of them don't go near too close to curb, and how they actually do it. It's very fascinating. But here comes Mackett then exiting Sector 2, the S's in Sector 2. Now through the sweeper where you can go really quick up here into the final braking zone to check the time. He's 2 tenths up, he's 0.271 up here, meaning he could potentially get a quick lap here. That was the purple Sector 2 for him there, or even the fastest of anyone that could have been. Here he comes then to the line. What's it going to be from Mackett here? It's going to be a 1.6.6 P2. He has got P2, Mackett has.
Front row lockout right now.
It is indeed a McLaren front row lockout. Let's see who out is on a lap right now, and we can go to it.
X-Gamer is on a lap.
You can talk us through that if you want.
Yeah, exiting the corner, which is very difficult in my opinion because of the traction to get out of this, but now approaching the final corner in Sector 2. So he takes it in the second gear, shortens to third, then to fourth, and to the fifth gear rather. As he approaches the final braking zone, it's 2 tenths up on his time, avoids the curb on the exit. So he likes that line which doesn't really give the best of the exits, but does help your car from avoiding to spin out as he loses pace close to the pit wall, crosses the line. P8 is the gap which pushes Omex to P9. And Omex is on a lap himself in the Williams. He is in the heart of Sector 2 right now. Let's see what Omex does for the rest of the lap. There's a car completely out of sorts. Who is that? Is that... I'm not sure who that was. Omex is up by 1.5 tenths. And this is not going to be enough. This will put him maybe a position or 2 higher. And Omen actually is... yeah, it just puts him 1 position higher, so he is not looking that quick right now, James. And is this one of his weaker tracks? I'm wondering right now. This is his 3rd run, and he's still P8.
He is still P8. That's going to be interesting to see what happens there then with him. Morris Pace is on a lap. He just started it. He has here, but he's 8 tenths slow in the first sector, so this could just be his out lap here. I'm not entirely sure. Magna was the one who crashed out, I think, because he's retired from session. So I think that's who it was.
Could be him. It could be him. It was, I think it was a Williams or an Alpha Tauri, so it very well could have been Magna, who has set a lap time, but will start from the back of the grid. Meanwhile, Morris Pace, yeah, he's definitely on his out lap right now, and he will start his lap next.
Well, last lap, just before we did say that it was Mackett's second, Rob has just beaten him with a 1.6.591, so he's now up into P number 2 now he is. There, and Nova in the chat says pole so far. It is indeed Nova. Let's have a look then at the driver who's coming to the line now to start his flying lap here. which is racing Gupt. Let's see what he can do there.
Yeah, took those assists nicely, and he's on the middle of the track before he will move to the right.
I'm just going to say he invalidated just as he came out of the first center
Yeah,
S's.
he did. He did. I completely missed that. So
you can have another lap anyway.
Maybe he will back out and go for another run. Not sure. He doesn't seem to be backing out right now. So I hope he knows he has invalidated a lap. I'm sure that would have come up on the screen. And meanwhile, Morris is up by 2 tenths as well. So a lot of people setting really fast second sectors, and as the track has evolved, they are able to take advantage of that additional grip. Morris goes P4 in the Haas. What is his teammate doing meanwhile? He is on his out lap right now, so he will be starting his final lap of the session.
Let's see then what Racing Gups would have done. He would have done a 8.1, which wasn't quick enough anyway, so I think he's on his flying lap now. So we'll keep an eye on that one as well. We will. And let's head back up to Nelly, who's on a lap. Who's just entered sector 2, 300th slower than his quickest lap. So everyone not improving here. It must be like the circuit was good to start with, and now it's like no improvement time.
Yeah, but it's just sector 1. Morris has slowed down. I think he's just on his in lap right now. But talking about not improving, Mansell has improved by almost 800ths there. He's in the first sector right now, and if the Haas boys wants to clinch the constructors title tonight, they have to ensure that at least the qualifying positions are higher up the grid.
Here comes then Nelly to the line. 900ths quicker, but he still can't go any improvements to P5. What about the guy you said, Mansell? Is he going to improve on this lap then? As you say, yeah, they have to do really well tonight, they do. Oh, he's 800ths down. This is looking really quick there from Mansell here. This could be the fastest lap he's done tonight. We'll have to wait and see as he comes now past our camera view, past his teammate there. I think he's pitting. To the line he comes, and he doesn't improve. 2/200ths slower. Anyone else on a lap right now we need to look at? Let's look at Mackett. We'll go on board with Mackett and have a look here. Or will we go on Omegs actually? Let's have a look at Omegs. Where's Omegs on the lap here?
Omegs has just started his lap.
Yep. Okay.
And I think this is his second hot lap in a row, so not sure if this is going to be faster. He was slower at the end of first sector, and
where's Rob?
There's a Red Bull going out of the way at possibly the last minute. What's anyone else doing? Kevin Drop is on a lap, and it seems like Noah's time will be unchallenged here because no one is improving as much as they would have hoped to. Kevin Drop is not improving either.
Here comes Nadeem to the line.
What's Nadeem doing? Nadeem has not improved either. And Omex is improving, but I don't think... Oh, there's someone who went faster. Was that Mackett who went faster? I think it was.
He did. Here comes Omegs then across the line. He does improve, but not enough to go up any positions. He improves. That is not... Well, it's a little bit surprising there from Omegs there. He didn't get what we expected of the Omegs, which is to be up there battling for position number 1. Maybe it just wasn't the right times he came out onto the track, or maybe he just made too many mistakes on his laps. Yeah,
probably not a qualifying session which we expect from Omegs right now, but you know, races like this and qualifying sessions like this is where Nelly has to take full advantage of that, and he hasn't been quite able to do that. He's in P5 as well, so he would have wanted to put a lot of cars between him and Omegs, and while that has not happened as of yet, the race is long. I think 35 laps. Lots of opportunities are going to come their way in terms of championship fights, and Noah has put up a comment which I fully agree with. The turn 1 and 2 invalidations, I'm not sure if they're sketchy, but it's so hard to not get that corner wrong. It's really, really tough. But take us through the final grid positions, James.
Okay then.
They're on the screen right now.
Okay then, so it's a 106.319 for Nova, who gets pole position for tonight. Cal and Rob second with which is 2 tenths, 0.272 slower. There he is. Third is Mackett. Fourth is Calvin Robb. Envy Nelly championship battle hopes tonight in fifth. Mackett's doing great for his championship hopes in P number 3. X Gamer is 6th. 7th is Nadeem. 8th is Omegs. 9th is Mansell. 10th is JD. 11th is Ruth 22 Ding. Then it's James in 12th and Racing Gupt in 13th there, and then you did see 14th on the screen. Let me just say, sorry, we will show you
Magna in P14.
That it was, yeah, Magna, and then we did have 2 drivers who didn't even set a lap.
Yep.
As well. But yeah, it was good to see that session there. It was Tim who didn't set a lap, and Cassidy, I think, who didn't set a lap in that one.
Yeah,
That's
Tim, I think he
see.
had a qualifying back because he retired as soon as the qualifying session got underway. Not sure what happened with Cassidy, but I didn't really see him on track right now. So there's a comment that Racing Gupta was actually blocked on his hot lap, so we did not catch that on the stream, but that could explain his qualifying position as well.
It could be because he was improving on one of his laps anyway, and then yeah, that's the thing of qualifying around here. It's because it's a so quick lap. There'll be so many people who are already braking to go slow on their in laps and stuff, and people going quickly and everything. It's chaotic if there's 20 of you around here.
Yeah, short track, and especially sector 2 if you're catching a car which is not on hot lap. While I'm sure these drivers do their best to move out of the way, but sometimes if you see a car late into when they are pretty much close to you, or you see them at last minute, that is something which could happen, as he is the only driver, Racing Gupta, in the Williams who is starting on a medium tires. Everyone else, James, is starting on soft tires.
He said it was last corner when everyone was going for their hot laps.
Okay, that explains it.
That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, it's just a look at the draw, pretty much.
Right, so predictions, James. Do you have anyone in mind whom you think are going to finish on the podium tonight?
Well, funny you should say that. Tom has just put top 3 predictions as well, so you're thinking alike. But you can't rule out Omegs. I've got to say that because yes, his qualifying pace might not be good, but that's a dark horse to watch out for from P8 on this grid. Other drivers who. There you can in the chats. I think it's Racing Gupt says you're the best. You're the best commentator. So there you go.
I don't quite agree with that, but I'll take the compliment.
Yeah. So just as I was going to say very quickly, Omegs. I'm going to say Omegs on the podium, Nova on the podium, and Mackett. So
right, I was.
Nova, Omegs, Mackett. There we go.
The same person, because Nova, while he did not have the best of the races after starting from pole, he does have a lot of pace, James, and I think he'll show that tonight. So Nova, Mackett will do McLarens, and I think I'll go with Nadeem because Nadeem has had a good run of races so far. So while Omegs definitely is the guy to beat, but Nadeem could have a chance here. Let's see. That's just my instinct or gut feeling, whatever you say. But all yours, James, for the restart.
Very quickly, so it was Sim Racing Shah that said you're the best commentator.
Yeah, so it's not Racing Gupta, it's a friend of his who is
a friend of probably knows you. Yeah. Anyway, here we go then. The red lights are now coming on at the start line here for the Brazilian Grand Prix round 21. They're off and away we go then. Nova getting the best start of anyone here. What about Mackett here in second? Is he going to overtake him here? It looks like Rob is going to go as well down the inside. Just ignore the screen for a second. It's just doing its one lap glitch thing, but everything looks okay at the moment as they head around here. They do. But Nelly is already up, I think already up a position. I think Nelly has got up a position here. He's going to try and battle for Cow and Rob here. Nelly is around the outside of Cow and Rob. He's going to go, but he makes a mistake. Nelly does, and I think Nelly's around. No, he's not. He carries on, but he's down in P number 5 now. As Omegs is up to P7 now. Omegs is. Oh, Omegs has made a mistake.
Yeah, he did make a mistake and was battling JD there in the Red Bull, and because of that he has lost 4 positions and down in P11 right now. As JD has made up 3 positions, and X-Gamer, what a start from him. He's up to P4, starting P6 in the Renault, and usually we don't see him fighting the faster drivers in the division, but he could prove a real challenger for the likes of Nelly and Morris Pace.
Yeah, it was at the start of the season, right back at the start of the season when we were back in Australia. Him and his teammate at the time, which was, I'm trying to think of who it was now. Oh god, I can't remember right now. Senna Martins, there we go, I should get that right. They were top 2 in the championship at the time, so he has been up there in this championship, battling away. But let's see then, as Nova still leads the way, he does here quite comfortably actually from Mackett, from Cow and Rob. Then it is
Oh, that's a big accident behind, and Mansell is around at the exact same corner where Vettel, I think, lost his car in 2012. And I'm sorry for cutting you off, it's Nadeem and JD who are coming together, and Mansell has lost his wing, and that promotes Omeg a place into P10.
Also on the first lap, Casti must have had a bit of wing damage because he's in the pits right now and he's just exiting, so that could be a bit of wing damage for him. But yeah, as you can see right now, it's Mackett in second, as I said, Calm Rob third, and X-Gamer fourth. Still in the good position where he started is Nelly here, so that's interesting to see. Just ignore my
gap Noah has pulled out. He has pulled out a gap of more than 1.5 seconds, so he is controlling the pace right now as Omeg is trying to go for a move on Tim Shepop in the Ferrari. It's Williams versus Ferrari. Tim Shepop locks up, goes so deep into that corner, and practically hands the place over to the championship leader.
He does indeed. Omeg doesn't really need anything tonight, really. He doesn't. I think you were rightly saying, I think he needs like a top 6 finish, and then
top 7. Top 7. If he gets P7, it doesn't matter where Nelly finishes. Omegs will have the championship.
Do you think
Nelly right now, it's not looking good for him. He's in P5 right now and kind of stuck behind other cars.
Yeah. Do you think that's what he was trying? Just because he knows he only needs 7th, or do you think he's always going to push?
But in qualifying, you would always want to push, and because the higher you are up on the field, and we just saw with Mansell, he is a fast driver. There is absolutely no doubt about that. But he was involved in incidents, so the higher you are on the field, the lesser likely you are to get involved in an incident that compromises your race. So I don't know, it seemed like he genuinely lacked the pace, because I was not on board for the entire lap, but I did see some of his qualifying laps of some sectors, and it didn't seem like that he was getting held up. So, or was he not making mistakes either? So it could just be his setup or his pace around this track. As that's the Renault I was watching. Will he collect anyone? Thankfully he doesn't, and that is a long lap. While it's a short track, but without that front wing, it's a long lap around here. So I have to do without that front wing.
It is indeed, as we still have a sector 1 yellow flag. I think he's just spun again, or we're just trying to go back on the circuit. He has there. Back up we go for a second, and look at the closest battle in the top 10 here, which is this one, which is X-Gamer trying to get up to Cow and Rob. Here he is, and trying everything he can. X-Gamer, great driver, don't get me wrong, he's been in this championship for a couple of years now, and he's and he really knows how to race. X-Gamer does, and he's
putting Rob under pressure, but Rob then is within that DRS range of Mackett, so it will be that much harder to difficult to overtake him. And Nelly, I think, has the same problem. He is within DRS range of X-Gamer, who is within DRS of Rob, who is within DRS of Mackett. So practically going to be quite difficult to make any moves here, as Noah has kind of checked out here right now. And let's see when these people pit. I'm not sure about the strategy. Is it soft through hards, or is soft through mediums also possible?
Well, when we started this race, by the way, the game did say it was soft to hard or soft medium. So for me, you can do softs to mediums, but that'll be a very big push if you really wanted to do that. But it is doable soft to hards, I would say. But you can go soft, medium, and then put softs on at the end again and finish it off like that. But as I say, it'd probably be around lap 10 if you're looking for the softs to take. No. Lap 10 to 13, I would say, and then you can put on the mediums and you can last it to the end just about. But it pretty much is a two-stop except the hards. As we see right now, we are looking at the battle between Nelly and X-Gamer here, which is the closest one. It's 4 tenths. On my screen it is. Make that 5 tenths now, it's just gone up. But here goes Nelly then. DRS is now enabled. He pops it open. X-Gamer didn't have any DRS that time, did he? No, he didn't. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But no, Nelly can't get close enough on that little tiny straight there where Vettel and Leclerc in 2019 had that crash.
Oh, don't remind me about that crash. But here we go, Nelly is on a charge, and I'm just thinking what are his options right now, because it's pretty evident X-Gamer is not going to fall out of DRS, at least right now or in the next few laps of Kevin Robb ahead. As I just say that, he has just gotten past that 1 second window, so it's just chance for Nelly, not on this lap for sure, but maybe into turn 4.
Yeah, maybe, but when you think about it with Nelly, I think all he needs to do tonight is do the best he can and hope that Omegs does not get a top 7 finish. And here he goes then into corner 1. Down the outside line he goes. Camera view there wasn't the greatest, sorry about that. But he goes, nope, could not make it through that time through the center S's. He couldn't there, which is a big shame. But here he goes then, he's got DRS, X-Gamer doesn't. And he's going to go around his outside this time into corner 5, I think this is corner 4, I think this is 4 or 5 this is. But no, cannot make it past. They're still nearly side by side, here they are. Here going up into sector 2, into the tight braking zones now he does. X-Gamer makes a tiny mistake because of it. But no, still can't get past, and it's still the same.
Nelly losing so much time behind X-Gamer, and he would not be happy about the difference which X-Gamer put on the straight after the Senna's, because he moved a little bit last minute to the middle of the track. He was defending the inside, but as soon as he realized that Nelly was trying for a move down the outside into turn 4, he moved a little last minute in my opinion. But thankfully no damage to either cars, and Nelly this time around I think he will sail past.
Wait, but there was one problem though, that Morris Pace is right behind them as well now. He's only 4 tenths back from these two. As here he goes then, does Nelly, end for Nelly. What's he going to do here? Around the outside. He's done it. Brilliant move in the first corner of the center S's and corner 1. Brilliant move. Takes P number 4 there. He does. But side by side they go in the background here, sorry, just to butt in. And let's see what happens here. Has he made the mistake? They touch. Omegs does there. Can Omegs make it past DJ here? Can he? Yes, he does, around the outside into the braking zone. They touch again. He goes wide and he's through. Oh!
Oh, that's JD who has lost it. And I think that's...
JD, sorry.
Yeah, JD has lost it, and he's continuing. I'm not sure if he has any damage. But just to continue with this battle between Nelly and Gamer, Nelly has successfully cleared the Renault. He has lost almost 2 seconds to, or rather he has lost 1 more second to Kevin Robb. So while he has depleted his battery as well, he will have to recharge that and then go on the attack on the Red Bull.
Yeah, and the problem now for X-Gamer is he's now got Nadeem and Morris Pace right on his tail. So it's going to be interesting. Here comes Morris Pace then. Is he going to try it like Nelly did down the inside? No, he backs off this time into corner 1, into the center S's. And we'll try it next time down the next straight into the next corner.
Oh, X-Gamer has gone really... That was a sketchy exit from him out of turn 3, and
he's done it again.
He has absolutely depleted his battery in trying to get past, but because X-Gamer had DRS, it's proving all the more difficult for the Renault driver.
Yeah, X Gamer did it again. If you wanted to know, he did. He basically pulled. Oh, he's gone wide, and that's going to let MySpace through, and it doesn't. Does it? Yes, it does. MySpace has got through. Good move from MySpace. But no, he wants to fight back. He does X Gamer, but no, MySpace has done it. Through goes MySpace. X Gamer does clip the back of him there, but it was clean, fair racing though in my eyes. But no, on that straight again, as you were saying, he went really wide. He cut back to the left-hand side of the circuit, like very sharply, like he did with Nelly. But
yeah, it's a little last minute, and
yeah,
it could be dangerous if the car behind is very close to you. But X Gamer is going on. Is he going on attack right now? He is, and down the inside he goes. Doesn't make it stick, but he definitely didn't want to let that one go, and he will have probably another chance going into turn 4. Morris has the inside, X Gamer has the outside, and he has cleared him. Let's see where Morris. He does settle for P6 right now.
he does indeed. And X Gamer there, why he didn't get past, by the way, in the center S's, was purely because he had a little slide. He came out the first center S. He had a bit of oversteer, so it wasn't a big snap. It was a small snap of oversteer, but it was enough to make him not go past. There it was.
And all the while, it's Omex who has had a bit of a lackluster start to the race so far, despite a couple of battles. Is in P8 right now and is catching this pack very, very quickly because of the battling which is going around for P5. As Gamer has a penalty as well. Somehow I missed that, and he has a 3-second time penalty, which will not help his position at the end of the race. Here is Morris Pace. Is he going for a move? He's trying everything. Oh, that's Nadeem going, I think locked up, or just lost his car under braking behind. But he has lost touch of the two cars, but he will still have DRS.
Let's see what Morris Pace is going to do then. Can he get past? No, Morris Pace can't. But he's trying everything he can here. Nelly, by the way, broke away from this group. He's 1.8 ahead of them, but 2.2 behind Cal and Rob. So
yeah,
he's
so
not really got away.
Yeah, so his gap after overtaking X Gamer was 1.8, and that gap has increased. So doesn't seem like he has a lot of pace right now on those 10-lap old soft tires. Let's see what he can do. Cassidy has retired, and that's in the pits. So I don't think that will bring out any sort of a safety car virtual either. And Morris Pace right now, is he going for a move? So this is something which I've seen from a lot of drivers, and I want your opinion on it, James.
Oh,
and
Morris is in.
Morris is in.
Let's see what he's going to do then.
Yeah, and this is probably what I was going to ask, is that do you go for an attack lap after lap after lap, or do you probably see if there's a chance to maybe undercut or overcut a driver and save your battery, because you're in the DRS, so you are getting that extra straight line speed because of the rear wing flap being open. But depleting battery behind a driver who is visibly fast in a straight line, and it's not really going to help you much because you are probably not going to get past them anyway.
For me personally, it doesn't really bother me. So, what you were trying to say was basically, for me, it would just be, I would stay behind as much as I can, and then I wouldn't battle every lap though. That's the thing I wouldn't do. I would battle maybe if I was close enough, and then if I knew I was like 6-7 tenths behind, which means that you couldn't get him on the straight, I would back off for a lap and waste saving ERS. But for this circuit, it's definitely an overcut. It's an overcut over here. It's like coming in second is probably the best option around here, for personally, in my personal opinion, anyway. So it's basically it's a tricky one around here, really. You both work fine. The overcut and the undercut work fine around here, but I would just say an overcut is probably better than an undercut.
Yeah, and while we were talking, Nadeem has overtaken Omex for P5. Both of them have stayed out, so they have not really responded to Morris Pace's pit stop. And let's see when they actually decide to pit, as the gap between the McLarens has increased further. It's almost 4 seconds now. So, and the other McLaren of Mackett is actually under pressure from Kevin Robb. He has been chipping away at the gap and is now within DRS range. And if undercut is an option, he is definitely within that undercut range of Mackett. So he might just be, if he wants that position, and I'm sure he does, he might just do the opposite of Mackett because it's definitely pit stop time now.
On board we go with Tim, who is 4 tenths behind Omegs here. So Tim's doing a very good job from the start he had, where he made a few mistakes he did here. As Nova, as we go on board with Nova for just 2 seconds, comes into the pits here, he does, and is going to go onto the medium compound of tyres, he will do here. Let's see then what happens here. It is an I would say it's an overcut. Like, pitting second is probably better, but you can still do undercuts around here. So he puts on the hards.
And Nova has put on hard. I think that's probably smart because I'm not sure if the mediums will go to the end of the race, and getting on those hard tires will definitely ensure that it's a one-stop strategy, barring any safety cars. But Kevin staying out has puzzled me. He would have seen Nova in the pits on the top left, and he would now know that Mackett is probably going to pit at the end. What this does is takes away his chance of going for an undercut, so he has to either follow Mackett into the pits and come out on the same tires in terms of tire age, or probably go for an overcut, which I think with 14 lap old tires might not really work out.
No, and it's the thing that you got to look at here is when will Nelly come in? If you were Nelly right now, and you don't know this, but we know it, Omegs is in 6th, what would you do? Would you pit the same time as Omegs, or?
Well, because I wouldn't know, I think I would just try to do my own race. And what he's clearly doing right now is he's going for a soft or medium strategy, and I think he might be in at the end of this lap, as Kevin Robb and Mackett have gone on different tires. It's Mackett on the hards, Kevin Robb on the mediums. So these drivers are confident that the softs can last 15 laps, these mediums can last 20 laps, and I think that's a fair assumption to make. If those softs
I do indeed agree. Well, I'll be back in 1 second.
Yep.
Just to say we are on board as they go side by side now. They do down the straight. Does Cal and Rob, and who is it behind him? I can't see at the moment. I think it's Racing Gupta. But Racing Gupta doesn't get the position. I think Cal and Rob has overtaken him there into that number 6 position.
He has, and Nelly has still stayed out for one more lap, as has Tim Chipov, and has Magna. And behind them, X-Gamer has lost a position to Omegs. X-Gamer, if you remember, was battling for P5, and Omegs, because of that undercut, has actually come out ahead of X-Gamer. So that's another retirement in the pits for the Renault of Ruhr, and this probably goes on to show how much Omegs will catch up to the people who have still stayed out, including Tim Shipov and Nelly. Probably not Nelly, but because Tim Shipov and Omegs were battling, I fully expect Omegs to overtake Tim Shipov in the pits, as the top 3 have now pitted. Nelly on those medium tires as expected. Let's see what Tim Shipov goes on to. That's a set of mediums as well for him, and Magna is gonna pit for mediums as well.
He is, so the only driver who actually started on the set of mediums was Racing Gupt, and he is currently P number 4 right now. So from where he started, that is a really good effort on them set of tyres. And just to say, if I do show you the intervals right now from your leader, he is 7. If he comes into the pits now, he will come out in P number 11 at the moment, he would. So it would be around 11-12 he'll come out if he came into the pits now. So
Yeah, I think he will stay out for at least a couple of more laps and try to go on those soft tires at the end. But just an update on the battle between Omex and Tim Shipov. Tim Shipov was following Omex closely before Omex pitted, and when I say closely, it was 5 or 6 tenths. As X Gamer is, I think he's lost his car a little bit coming out of the final corner. But Omex has now gained more than 4.5 seconds on Tim Shipov just by an undercut of 1 or 2 laps. So that's how powerful it is right now, especially when those softs are dying off and falling off a cliff.
indeed, it is. And as you were saying, Omegs is still in 9th here, so still wouldn't be technically classing the championship win. But I believe he will still take the championship, well, nearly take it, because Nelly's in 6th.
Yeah, he will take it as it stands. Omegs will win. So if Nelly wins, that is the only scenario where Omegs has to finish in top 7. Otherwise, Nelly is down in P6 right now, and he will get a position or two because Racing Gupta is yet to quit, and Morris is stuck behind him for the entirety of the second sector. He will gain a position, but I don't think it will be enough at this point in time to take the championship to the last round.
For Nelly, something that he needs to know about: the last 2 rounds he DNF'd, and the 2 he didn't even race in, which were Netherlands and Spain. Other than that, he's done all right. Nelly has maybe just Russia, where he got 5 points, was the one where he could have been a bit kicking himself. But other than that, Nelly has done really well this season.
He has been quite consistent, and 2 wins and 7 podiums in a season. I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
When you compare it with Omex, who has been, I think he raced in GP3 for the first 5 races of the season until Netherlands.
Yep.
He has a total of 5 wins and 11 podiums, and that is something you have to kind of just admire, because
You do.
it's a very competitive division. Both of them, GP3 and GP2. If for people who don't know, GP3 championship is yet to be decided. It will be decided in the last round.
Oh, James is out.
James!
He crashed
And
on
this
circuit.
Is perfect. This is perfect for Racing Gupta, because now he can pit. This is a virtual safety car. Not a
There it
safety
is.
car.
He's clipped the wall, and he's lost his front wing, and he's lost the wheel that clipped the wall. On the little straight.
Was that oversteer at the exit of turn 5? Because that's the only way I can explain that crash.
It could have been, but it looks like to me he just pulled off. It could have just pulled off to the side. I'm not entirely sure. I can't see if it's actually a wheel off or not. But we're going to go on board with JD right now and just tell you where it was exactly, where the crash was. You've seen it already on the stream, I know, but just to prove it, if you come up here where he is now, there, parallel where we are now, he crashed. So in between the 150 and 100 meter board, he crashed in there on that little straight. So I don't really know what it was, but it was something. But the green flag has now waved again as the game, as the full course yellow has been put away.
Morris Pace has a drive-through. That's a shame. Morris Pace has a drive-through, and this is not really going to help us tonight.
It's not. There's your penalties, by the way. I haven't showed you them yet tonight, so I'm going to show you them now. There they are. And also, here are your gainers and losers. Tim up 7 and Magna up 4. We have your biggest loser being 3 positions down for Mansell and 3 positions down for JD. Other than that, everyone else is pretty okay tonight. Omegs has not improved from his starting position of P8 either. He hasn't tonight. Racing Gupta, he did pit.
He did pit under the virtual safety car, and as expected, he's coming out on a set of soft tires, which should go to the end without a lot of problems. And I think he still has chance to score points today, because Morris Pace, let's see where he comes out. This is going to be close between him and Racing Gupta. Racing Gupta just about takes that position, but Morris will be right behind him.
It will indeed. The closest battle on circuit there is this one between Omegs and X Gamer here. Omegs is doing all he can here. He's in the position where even if Nelly wins and gets fastest lap, he still won the championship. 7th is all he needed. Oh, a little mistake there from Omegs, a little oversteer, but it's going to be enough. He recovers. But let's see then what can happen with this battle here. 7 temps, close in the top 10 this is here. And it's going to be really interesting to see. Then there's the battle for 10th, which isn't in the top 10 technically. And that is 6 temps. That's close. That's further away than this one. But yeah, it's very interesting. Here it is. So we don't have James, Rue, and we don't have Cassidy still in this race. Other than that, everyone else is still racing as the fastest laps there are swapping crazily. Nadim now gets it with a 1:8.30315. He does here. What do you think if you were Omegs right now? Would you just get the best you can, or would you? I know you would do. I know Omegs would, but you've won the champ. Well, you don't know it yet, but you've technically wrapped up the championship if you finish in the top 7. Would you just try and get the top 7, or would you do the best you can? Or
I think knowing Omegs, I think he would do the best he can, and I think he's a little stuck behind X Gamer right now. I really want to know what setup X Gamer is running right, because he seems pretty slippery in a straight line right now on this track. And it's not just Omegs; it was Nadim and I think Nelly as well, who were struggling to overtake him into turn 1 and turn 4. So it seems like X Gamer is running a low downforce setup, which is helping him on the straights, but in the sector 2 is where the cars behind him are catching up. So Omegs needs to be a little patient here, and it would be interesting to see if he can actually catch up to Nadim if he's able to get past X Gamer. But otherwise, I don't think he will take any risk, to answer your question. He knows that P7 is good enough, because he would have known by now for sure that Nelly is not in the running for the race win, and that probably is good enough for him. Speaking of Nelly, he is under pressure from Nadim from behind, and Nadim is within that DRS of Nelly right now.
he is indeed in the DRS of Nelly right now. But let's have a look. Omegs is closing again. Omegs nearly taps the back there of X Gamer, but doesn't, and it's still close there as well. Magna's close to the back of Tim now. He is Magna to. He is here. And let's see if Magna can get through as well there. And we also have Morris Pace and Racing Gupt in that battle as well for P number 10 together as well. Nova a 16.9. Wait, a 18.
On those hard tires, that is really impressive pace from Nova, and I think he is just controlling the pace right now.
A 18.928 it was.
Yeah, the battle for 10th is really interesting because Racing Gupta, using his soft tires, is just keeping ahead of Morris Pace. Let's see what happens this time around. Into turn 1, does Morris go for it? Trying it, but Racing Gupta defends the inside and stays ahead for now. But this is going to be interesting because these soft tires are faster right now, but as the laps go on, those medium tires will come into play, as behind or further ahead I should say, Magna has gotten past Tim Shikov. So Magna has made that move into P8 right now, and Mansell in the pits.
Yeah, he does. He probably thinks, oh, as Tim makes a little mistake there, so loses a bit of time on the back of him. But I think he's maybe thought, I'm not going to win this race. I'm just going to try and get the fastest lap and break it, and so top 10 can't have it.
Yeah, maybe. He's probably wishing for a safety car right now because as things stands, he's not going to score any points, and he might as well take the fastest lap away from anyone else in the top 10.
Indeed, agreed. But let's see then if he can or not, as they exit the final corner now. Do Omegs to the line they come, then across it they come, and to corner 1.
Here's Morris on Racing Gupta. I think the move will be done on this lap.
And he's done it. Very nice move there from Morris. Racing Gupta gave him the room. It was clean racing, and he's through.
Yeah, he is through. And two drivers who are not able to make moves right now are Nadim and Omegs. They are stuck behind the cars for at least 4 or 5 laps now, behind the same car within DRS, but they are just not able to get past these cars. And as things stand, Omegs will win the championship. Constructors, however, is Let's see what happens in constructors. So Omex is P7, Racing Group is P11, so he will not gain any points. Neither will Mansell. It's basically Morris and Omex are the only two drivers who will gain points, and I don't think that will be enough for Haas to take the championship this particular race. So I think they will have to wait until the next race, the last race of the season, where they are able to make a move, as Tim Shepard has gotten close to Magna after being overtaken, and he might fancy a chance going into turn 4.
Oh, we have a gap. The gap's closing. Cal and Rob has closed it from 1.6 seconds down to, well, from the gap that was over a second to 9/10. So this could be interesting for P2 here in the race, and even the championship as well could be massively decided as well here. Not with Cal and Rob, because he's not battling, of course. He's not with. I don't think he is he? Let me just check. No, he's not. But this could be interesting for Mackett here if he doesn't score a P2 here. Mansell, fastest lap, a 1:8.384. I think that is on my screen there. But yeah, really, this looks good here from Rob. He pops the DRS open now, he does. Let's see if Rob can close in here, because he would love to get a P2 tonight, Rob would here. And same for Nadim, he would love to overtake Nelly here, but Nelly is just keeping that car wide and making it stick around this circuit here. Just to quickly give you some lap times, because I know there's no battles really on circuit. Nadim, last 2 laps have been a 1:9.4 was lap 25, a 1:9.5 was lap 26, and for Nelly it was 1:9.5 and a 1:9.5. So Nelly is quicker than Nadim at this current stage, as Racing Gupta on my screen, I think that was from earlier on, got the penalty. So
yeah, he just got a penalty when you were checking out the lap times, and that pretty much confirms he's still battling Morris pace.
Here he goes down the inside, but nope, can't get through at the moment. And just to tell you,
he got really close at the turn 4, and they have been battling for the next consecutive corners since.
Yep, just tell you as well, it's down to 5/10 now, the gap for P3, so that's closing there as well. But yeah, sector 1 we have a spinner, and who's that then? Oh, that is JD, and it's a virtual safety car. So will anybody come into the pits here who are not your top lot? We may see maybe Tim or somebody like that come in and put on some other tyres maybe. We don't know, we have to wait and see. Nope, nobody's coming in here. Oh, Gupta's coming in. Maybe because he doesn't think the tyres will last to the end.
Or he has damage, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and watch the pit stop. And that's 2 pit stops under virtual safety cars for Racing Gupta here. So I think that's... yeah, it's not a wing change. And that is a strange decision. He will lose all the time to Morris. And I think those tires would have gone to the end. I'm not entirely sure why he decided to pit. But Tim Shepard has gotten really close to Magna meanwhile. The gap is 4/10 right now, and let's see if Ferrari can go for a move into turn 1 on the next lap. JD is in the pits, and he has a wing change to Red Bull.
Let's have a look then, see what Tim can do as we look at Tim and Magna. Here we do. Tim closing in ever so slightly on Magna here. He'll get a great run out this corner. He will hear out the last centre S corner down the straight. Now he goes DRS now popped open where the 2 Ferraris had the crash last time. Hopefully it's not going to be the same this time for this for Tim having a crash, but no. Oh, he nearly does though. He nearly taps the back there of Magna Tifico, but he doesn't, and he keeps it going. He does here.
That corner is not happy hunting ground for Ferrari, be it real life or virtual. But yeah, he he did tap the back of Magna there, and this is going to be almost runs into the back of him again. So he definitely has the confidence team to brake later than this is a VSC again.
JD crashed out.
Oh, JD has DNF'd. And that is at the exit of pit lane? Or is it the entry of pit lane? I'm not entirely sure what has happened.
And that's really unfortunate because I'm just on board with Cal and Rob, who was 1/10 behind Mackett. But we're green again, and here he goes there. Mackett's been kept napping there, he has, and here comes Cal and Rob to go down the outside. No, but then he cuts back to the inside. Can he do it for P2 here? Both having 3-second time penalty, so this is actually for position here, it is, if you wanted to know. But we have to wait to see here. Nelly could even score a podium here tonight because of this, which would be crazy if Nelly does that. It would. And that could maybe mean a championship could continue, but because of we say Omegs and P7, then you know it's not. But anyway, that's another thing for another day. He'll be crowned champion. Omegs will. But here he comes then. Let's see what Cal and Rob can do. 4/10 behind now. He's pushing this to the absolute limits. Here he is. He's closing ever quickly into Mackett here. But he can't do it into corner one. It'll probably be on the next straight again where he'll try and get past here. But we have a battle here for the podium.
Yeah, we do. And this is, the longer these drivers will keep battling, it will be easier for Nelly to close up to them, as Tim Shepard has finally found his way past Magna after quite a few laps. So that's Tim into P8. And Omex still stuck behind X-Gamer, and Nadeem is still stuck behind Nelly, who has now closed up to the battle for second place right now.
Just very, very quickly, because I know they won't be able to take in these corners. Hopefully not. Then our last lap, by the way, was a 14.3 for Rob. I know it was a virtual safety car, that's why we're saying here. 14.3, so nearly identical lap times there for them two on the virtual safety car lap. Let's see this time around as they come out the last corner now. Rob gets the DRS, pops it wide open here, but Mackett just pulling away here. He does a 19.6 compared to a 19.6, I think that was as well. But they're together now, here they are, and look at Rob now, he's pushing ever so hard to get past, here he is. Let's see then, DRS wide open now it is. Rob, is he going to make his way past this time? He looks to the left, looks to the right, but he's just a bit too far back there to overtake. Let's see if he can do it. He goes side by side, they do here. No, they don't, they touch though. A little tiny kiss on the back of them. They now go side by side into the corner here. They nearly touch again, nearly crash each other, nearly make a mistake, one of them does there, but no, clean racing at the moment as they enter the S's. Now they do. Wow,
really good battle, and Nelly has closed up 5/10 on this pair just because of that battling. And it's important for Rob to get past because he's in the same tire life. His mediums are 16 laps old, as are the hards for Mackett, and while Nova is dominating in the front right now, it's important for Kevin Rob to get past so that he can use whatever little advantage the mediums have right now. And this race has gone in a flash, James, because we have entered lap 33, but that means only 3 laps to go after this.
It does indeed, as here they come again then, on board of Cal and Rob we go. It means that if it stays as we are, Nadeem, that it's going to be Nelly and Nadeem taking a podium off these two. Oh, he's done it, down the inside he goes, does Cal and Rob, but no, Mackett cuts him off and nearly gets the front wing, clips the back wheel of Mackett nearly there, but unbelievably he doesn't. But let's see then what can happen here as they head into the braking zone. Now they do. It is literally you can't separate these two.
Has caught up, and Nelly is going to have DRS on the next straight, so not necessarily he will be welcome into the battle, but that definitely puts Nelly on for a podium finish, and maybe Nadeem as well, because I think both Mackett and Rob. Oh, Rob just loses it at the exit of the final corner, or what we call a final corner, but in terms of time penalties, both Rob and Mackett have seconds, so this is not looking good for either of them in terms of a podium here, because I think both of them will lose the podium.
Just to say, braking now into the corner, just to say, braking off the straight into the next corner goes Nova. excuse me, as Mackett, Rob and Nelly and Nadeem now head into the next bit of the circuit. But I know now, and I think they know it, Mackett and Rob know it, they're going to lose the podium tonight. Or do they?
Well, now they hope that this battle, and because Nadeem and Nelly have closed up, they would be hoping to give some dirty air to the drivers behind so that they miss their braking points or have a loss of downforce, which could also be a factor while the game gives them penalties. And Magna gets a 3 second as well. He's running P9 right now, but I think he will lose that place to Morris, and because of the 6 second time penalties which Magna has.
Let's have a look and see.
Well, Morris.
Sorry to put in there, but let's have a look and see now if it's going to be Rob or is it going to be Mackett who's going to be at the front of this group. But the thing that Nelly will have is a double toe here, and that is a very powerful thing. Yeah, even in real life and in the game. Rob still not close enough, but here he comes then. What's going to happen here then? It's been, I would say, the easiest race of his life today. He probably in the last couple of rounds had to work a bit harder than he did tonight, but here he comes out to the proper last corner. Now he turns, and Nova is going to take the white flag when he crosses the line. And I think this is, do you think this is the easiest he's raced, like in the lead?
Not entirely sure, but I think we have a lap to go. This is lap 35, and just now they will start the last lap.
White flag is out, so that means it's last lap. But yeah, it's like it's been quite an easy race for him, but for his teammate tonight, he's just been there or thereabouts, being battled and hustled by Calvin, Rob, and Nelly. It has here.
Yeah, he has had a difficult race, and would he be questioning his decision to go on?
Oh, sorry, 1 second. Magna just got past Tim, but they're side by side as they exit the centre S's. What's going to happen here? Is Tim going to get DRS or not here?
Yeah, he will.
He will. Let's see if he can get through then. Very quickly on this one. No, he can't. Sorry, carry on. But
yeah,
here
it has been a difficult race for Mackett, and he would be probably questioning his decision to go on the hards instead of the mediums. But here we go. Nova is about to cross the finish line, and what a win this has been for him.
Well done, Nova. Takes the win today by 6.5 seconds. Unbelievable that has been there. Mackett will take second on circuit, so will Rob will take third, but then it will actually be Nelly, Nadeem, Mackett, Rob. X-Gamer will come home next on track, but will be overtaken by Omegs, of course. So Omegs, congratulations, wins the championship. Well, provisionally wins the championship in our eyes anyway. We'll see what happens there with anyone else. Magna in P number 8 crosses now. Then it's going to be Tim in P9. P10 will be Morris Pace, and the final points, will it be? Yes, it will. Then it be, we should see, oh no, Tim goes down a position there actually. So they go down to 10th.
We have 9 seconds, so Morris Pace has P9, and Tim will be the last person to finish in the points round.
Racing Gups comes home next, who does improve on his quickest lap there, but not enough to get the fast lap of the race. And here comes Mansell. Well, he pits actually, surprisingly. It says he's just pitted for some reason, but there you go, that's it. Your race is now over.
Mansell, I think, had enough of this race, and I think lap 1 incident really compromised his race. He did not have a safety car to help him out.
No, we didn't indeed.
Yeah, which is always difficult to pull out one extra stop on this track as compared to other tracks. So while the racing, the Drivers' Championship seems to be all wrapped up, I think the constructors will go on to the last race, and that is going to be really interesting because I think the gap right now is just 16 points between Haas and Williams.
I think it is indeed. But anyway, I'm going to take you. We'll take you through the championship standings, and then if you want to get some drivers in, we can do and have a chat with them because my internet is still holding up tonight.
Yeah.
So that is good. But here we go. Then it's Nova who won by 7.3 seconds over Nelly. Third was Nadim. Fourth was Mackett. Actually, Mackett was third on road. Then it was Calvin Rob, Omegs, X Gamer in seventh. Eighth, Magnifico. Fortico, sorry, was next. So just Magna. Ninth was Morris Pace. 10th was Tim. There it was. Racing Gupt was in 11th. 12th was Mansell. 18.384, fastest lap for him, and that means that he will take the points. But because he's not in the top 10, he can't. So that means none of the top 10 get it. So that means that JD, James, Ruth, and Cassidy were your non-finishers in this race. We're just going to wait now for more drivers to join us if they can, and yeah, we'll be back with you in literally a couple of seconds with the driver interviews after the race. And I think we've already got one here. So hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we have Nelly and Nova already here. Do you want to invite Omex as well, considering he is provisionally won the championship, James?
Do you have the third place person, Nadim, or do you want me to add him?
Nadim is yet to join.
Yeah, I can. Oh, Nadim's. Have you? Oh, you have. Yeah, I can see that. We'll just wait.
In.
Yeah, we'll try, but we'll see if he wants to join. I'll invite him. I'll get him in very quickly.
Oh, you're gonna go straight to GP1. You have some great posts.
No, but I'll be at the back of GP1.
No, you wouldn't.
I know
No,
some
you
people in there, and
GP1's ridiculous. To be fair, like that's the. I'd have to switch to the wheel to get. I'd have to properly switch to the wheel to get on that pace.
yeah. Like I know Jensen,
Yep.
and he was part of that Ultimate Sprint Cup with like NSX, Montana, Fruitful, and all them.
Oh
like
yeah.
guys that are in like the top 20 on leaderboards. And all
Right,
that.
so top 3 are here, and if I can just request everyone to just check their party settings so their audio sharing settings aren't always allow. And James, we can start probably. We don't need to wait for Omex. If he joins in, we'll have a chat with him as well.
Yeah. Let's see if the
Nadim
car.
on mobile.
Yes, we can start with
Hello, Nadim.
and the Alpha Tauri. Yep.
Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
How was that for you? Because I know for like about 15 of the around 15 laps there, you were looking at the back of Nelly for that race. So how was that?
Yeah, I'm pretty tired of looking at Nelly's backside, to be honest. But yeah, like fair play to Nelly. Like he didn't make any mistakes, and yeah, I thought I could just stay behind him and wait for him like to make a mistake and bounce. But yeah, like credit to him, he kept it clean and didn't make any mistakes. So and then we caught the guys in front, so we had DRS. So yeah, overtaking was quite tough. We didn't really have a look in, to be honest. So yeah, considering qualifying didn't go the best, like a podium was like a good recovery. So yeah, happy with the result in the end at least.
Yeah, were you surprised with the qualifying pace that you had then, or?
Yeah, like I knew I had a bit more in me. I just couldn't nail like a perfect lap. And around Brazil, like where 1/10 like legit cost you about 3 or 4 places. Yeah, like you suffer the consequences. But all in all, like it was a decent race, and yeah, unfortunately couldn't get that second place. But yeah, third place is still a pretty good result. So I'm happy with the result in the end.
And going into next week, then, are you looking forward to Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, I think Abu Dhabi, most people aren't the biggest fans of. I don't mind Abu Dhabi. Normally I'm pretty decent around there, so yeah, I'm like hoping for at least like another podium. I'm not sure about the win. That might be a bit too far, but yeah, I'll give them a best go. I mean, it's the last race of the season, so yeah, let's look to have some fun at least.
Okay, and you can beat me. Do you have anything to say, or?
No, I think I just thank Nadeem because I had him for one of the podium finishers and he did finish on the podium. So thank you,
No
Nadeem, for making my predictions correct.
Yeah,
But yeah, very strong dive. Congratulations once again. Starting P7 on this track because you see DRS trains forming and you were a part of one because you were stuck behind Nelly for long. Although it was not entirely a train until Nelly actually caught up to the cars of Rob and Mackett who were fighting a lot. But I just wanted to check with you on that battle which you had with Nelly. Do you think he had a different setup running? Although he's in the party, but still, I want to get your thoughts in. Or was it just that your exit was a bit compromised every lap at the final corner?
Yeah, I don't think he had a different setup, and I think we all ran pretty low wings. But yeah, I think I was a bit passive, and I think I should have just committed to like trading like all my ERS and maybe just like committing to make a move. And if it didn't work, it didn't work. But yeah, like I was waiting more for a mistake, and it just never came. So yeah, it's more credit to Nelly for like keeping his head the whole way through.
Right. Thank you. Congratulations once again, Nadeem.
No, it is, man.
Do you want to take? Do you want to talk to Nelly now, or?
Yeah, Nelly, how are you? And congratulations after a pair of non-finishes. You do finish a race and that too in the podium. So really strong result from you as well. Starting P5 in the midst of the pack, had a lot of battles with, I think, was it Morris Pace and X Gamer and Nadeem as well. And how was your race?
Thank you, by the way. That was. Yeah, it was alright. I think second was the best I could have done today. I think I made it hard for myself by staying out a lap extra longer than I did. Excuse me, because I think I would have come out in front of Morris, and then I could have just done racing put or whatever his name was straight away. Morris got a deep drive through on the VSE, and then it was just staying in front. I had more pace today, but I just didn't have the confidence today to attack as much as I've done in the past in Brazil. And then Nadeem pushing me all the way. He's bloody quick, but then the lap he should have got past me was the lap we caught them up, and I got DRS. So it was just that one lap. So yeah, but it would just keep my head. And just bringing it home, and I knew the championship was out of grasp, but like you never give up, and you keep trying. So yeah, great race today. I would say I did my best I could.
Were you surprised? The one question I've got is: were you surprised with Omegs tonight? Like
No.
not having the pace that he did, or or did you? So you weren't surprised then?
No, well, not surprised in a way that I expected him to be slow. I just it's just some people were good at some tracks, some people were bad at some tracks, some people have okay. Momex could be the fastest track guy in the world around here. Like maybe he was just a bit nervous today because of the championship, but he's got a cool head on his shoulders. I mean, that's what's brought him to the championship. This year, all he had to do was finish 7th, and or even 6th. Or even 8th, but I didn't win though. That's the thing. So he could finish as low down as he wants, and even then, even if I won and he finished 8th or something, he only had to beat me by like he didn't. I just have to beat him by winning next race and him not finishing. But he did all he needed to do the last second half of the season. And mine has not been as strong as his, so I want to just congratulate to him.
But your improvement though has come though in the season though. Like when you started season, it was like you were like in the mid. I think at the start you were midfield, and then from like race 3 or 4, you've just been up there. So
I made some massive settings changes compared to Gp3 to Gp2, and I've gained so much time, and I'm still learning because this is my first full season. With these new settings and with these more assists off, and I've learned so much racing against these guys, and I definitely will be faster next season. Whether I'm in GP1 next season, or I'm still in GP2, I'm going to be learning. I'm never going to stop driving. I do have a lot of valid excuses why I lost the championship, but like at the end of the day, mid-season or near the summer break, I was within 10 points of Omegs, and I didn't win. So I just it's been a fun season. I look forward to racing against these guys in the future.
If you wanted to know, by the way, I'm just going to tell you, you've only not scored in 5 races this season. That's it. So
Yeah, two of them were connection, and two of them
didn't start.
two of them I wasn't able to attend.
No, they were
due to circumstances. But...
Yeah, they were Netherlands and Spain. You couldn't attend, but other than that, you've got quite a few points actually. So to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You had 6. Make that 7 now because you've got it today. 7 podiums this season. So
yeah, still loads of positives to take from the season.
And last thing from me anyway is next week. Are you looking forward to Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, just everyone going flat out. Championship's over. Can just go ram whoever I want, and maybe bring home another podium. Maybe I won't even turn up. Maybe I might just go out to the pub. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. GG's. Thank you, SFR. It's been another great season, and look forward to racing with everyone next year. Congrats to Omegs. He deserves it.
You can beat me if you got anything else, or
No, just congratulations once again, Nelly. Very, very strong season from you. A bit unfortunate in the past couple of races. Otherwise, I think we would have seen the championship going down to the wire in Abu Dhabi. But nevertheless, great season from you and a very strong finish today. And we hope to see you back racing next season. Be it GP1, be it GP2. But I'm a big fan of yours, and
Thank you. Respect, brother. I'm never going to stop. Driving is what we all love, so I'm never going to stop. So I look forward to kicking. Oh no, I can't swear. Kicking some stuff over next season.
Anyway, yeah, and
You guys.
well done. And we'll go on now to the winner then, who is Nova. Were you expecting it to be qualifying and race to be, well, not as easy as it was, but easy as it was?
Well, I wasn't very confident. I had a massive headache about an hour before. Took 3 Anodins. So I'm a bit like, but yeah, I had good pace and good setup, and yeah, just took control of the race, and I have to say, Mackett, he was a bit behind in quali, but his race pace, even though the gap was like 5 seconds, he kept it there. So yeah, if I didn't get such a good start, he would have been all over me, I think.
Yeah, he probably would have, because he has got the pace. But yeah, it was a great race for you anyway, with your qualifying being, I think it was like 4 tenths quicker than anyone else in qualifying.
Yeah.
To have the pace of 5 to 6 seconds, and at the end it was 7 seconds, so it was good. But yeah, are you coming back to this now, because I think this is the first time I've seen you in this league anyway. I think you've been here for like the last, is it 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Are you happy with how you've come into this league?
Yeah, I got 2 podiums in the 2 races I've done, so pretty happy.
Yeah. Anything you want to say?
No,
you can beat me.
Yeah, no, congratulations once again. Very strong race from you. Dominated from start to finish, including the qualifying session, and finally converting that pole which you got into a race win, which was something you did not quite manage to do last time around in Mexico. But I just wanted to talk to you about the strategy, because I think it's a debatable soft to medium and soft to hards, and we did see a lot of people trying a soft to medium strategy and probably working out for them as well. So was there ever any doubt whether you should go on the medium so that you don't lose out on pace with respect to other drivers, or were you always confident that your hards will be fast enough to help you win the race?
Well, I just think soft to medium, the deg is very high. Because my hards were like 55 at the end. I'm surprised mediums even made it. I didn't want to risk anything. I had the lead. I didn't want to. I was going to do with the soft to hard to be safe.
Right. Okay. That's it from my end. I think it was a lonely race for you up front, but we hope you stick around and you join us for Abu Dhabi as well, and into the next season. How are you feeling? How confident are you?
Pretty confident, to be honest.
Right.
So I'm going to get like a wheel.
Yeah. So, are you looking forward then to Abu Dhabi coming up next week?
Hate the track, to be honest. Can't get a single lap done there without messing up. But I think that's one thing with me. I do time travel for the race and I'm so bad. I keep messing up, but I go into quali in the race and I'm alright. Because in Brazil then I was messing up all my time trial runs before. But then I didn't mess up once then. I think it's just, I don't know.
Okay, well, thank you anyway for that, and thank you for the win tonight. So well done.
Yeah, thanks.
And yeah, very very convincing. And whatever division you're in next season, we'll be watching out for you.
Yeah, thanks.
That's all right. Well, well done anyway to the top three, who were, of course, Nadeem, Nova, and of course we did also have Nelly in the top three as well. So yeah, it's been a really good race tonight. I'm glad to be back doing commentary again on this league, and yeah, nice to have be alongside You Can Beat Me as well.
Yeah, good race, lots of battles, and one championship decided. Another one to go next week.
Yeah, there's still lots to decide next week. So don't go anywhere, guys, because Division 2 isn't actually finished yet. Yes, the Drivers' Championship is done, but we still have a battle in the Constructors to contend with next week. I think we do still. Is it Hassan Williams still battling for Constructors?
Oh, absolutely. I think the gap is 17 points. That's the lead which Haas has on 16 points rather, which Haas has on Williams. So it's advantage Haas going into the last race, but you never know what the Williams boys can do. And with 44 points on offer, anything could happen.
Indeed, and there's a few battles throughout the field as well that are going to hot up next week as well. But yeah, join us of course next week for Abu Dhabi when we do go there, and of course for GP1. If you want to watch GP1, who will be here in Brazil, watch that tomorrow night, same time, 7:30 it starts, and we'll the commentary team will see you then. But from us here for GP2 anyway, I think that's it for tonight. So well, anyway, I'm going to say goodbye now, and we will see you next week for Abu Dhabi. And again, well done to Omegs, who has now won the championship. So from me, James, anyway, it's goodbye, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.